Hi, I'm Christine Comerford from Smart Charts Institute, and I wanted to talk about COVID, what this means for your business, what we're all dealing with, and how coaching can help you. And, here's what I've noticed. It's like we're dealing with a lot of change. We're dealing with a lot of stress. We're dealing with a ton of uncertainty. When are we going to have a vaccine? When are we going to be able to get together again? We don't know these things. When will the supply chains restart, etc.? We have lots and lots of business risks right now. We have lots of personal stress right now. And as leaders, it's our job to not only navigate this ourselves, but to cultivate and elevate and help our people rise up and deal with all this stress and all these changes as well. And what I've noticed is with all this fear, with all this anxiety, with all this uncertainty, people need tools. A lot of people are focusing on the problems. They're not focusing on the outcomes that they want to create. So when we coach, we use a lot of different tools. We use 24, 25 different neuroscience and neurolinguistic-based tools. We use these with over 1,000 companies. If you're big, we've used these with over 700 of the Fortune 1000. If you're small or mid-sized, we've worked with 300 small and mid-sized businesses. So it doesn't really matter what industry you're in. What matters is these tools work because they work in the most primitive areas of the brain. Now, if we look at Carnegie Mellon, UCLA, Stanford, Harvard, NYU, Columbia, we notice that 90 to 93% of all of our decisions are dominated by our emotional brain, our reptilian brain, our mammalian brain. We have to appeal to that first. We have to bring that safety, belonging, mattering to the brain first before we can move people forward. So I want you to think about culture in your company, leadership in your company. How are you building leadership? How are you building tribal culture? And then also sales and marketing. How are you inviting people to work with you? How are you engaging and enrolling those folks and giving them safety, belonging, and matter as well? So when we work with a coach, they help us look into our blind spots. They help us realize why we're not getting the results that we want to get. They help us remove the subconscious sabotage that we all do to ourselves in different areas of our lives to prevent us from getting what we want. Because your ego is not your amigo. And the ego really kicks in, especially in scary times and uncertain times. And when we use these tools like the outcome frame, which is a series of questions, you can use it alone, you can use it with a team member, with a prospect, with a group of people. When we use a tool like the outcome frame, we are intentionally helping people move from that stuck, fight, flight, freeze, scared part of their brain into their prefrontal cortex, where we can see that glorious future. We can actually envision it and figure out the steps to get to that glorious future. So the outcome frame, for instance, is a series of questions. What would you like? What will have that do for you? How will you know when you have it? What value might you risk or lose? And when we do these questions, when we ask these questions, we get tremendous clarity. We actually test drive that desired state, and now we can move forward and let ourselves have it. So I want us to start to notice, where are you stuck? Where do you feel like you're not getting the results that you want to get? Where do you feel that you don't know why you're having a certain recurring experience, where you want to bring people together? And that's where we're going to coach. And we can even just do one session and get a huge bunch of transformation. So check out the infographic that we're going to offer you. Check out the outcome frame tool. Check out the emotion wheel tool. Because the more present we can be to our own experience, we can then craft the desired state that we want. Thanks for joining me today.